Hello and welcome to your daily news and information update. Today's topic is the fundamental flaws of free trade. Free trade sounds great. Consumers get the benefit of increased competition. Manufacturers get to locate or source from the lowest cost labor. Exporters have the opportunity to sell in new markets without any tariffs. What could go wrong? The short answer is a lot. The United States exists in a free trade environment which is systematically undermining our economy, siphoning money out of the system, and outsourcing American prosperity in exchange for cheap electronics, clothing, and accessories. There are two main problems with free trade, and they feed back into one another in a vicious, continuous downward cycle. The first flaw of free trade is that the arrangements and rules which dictate what countries may do and how they may do it are nearly impossible to enforce without vast coalitions. The idea that all countries would have the same set of rules and guidelines can only be realized if those countries mutually agree to the terms. It is easy for members of the European Union to abide by the same rules, just as it is easy for California and Massachusetts to abide by the same rules, because they are part of a larger, strong structure. It is quite another matter for China and the United States to mutually agree to terms which no party will violate. The Chinese, for example, have covertly built up the world's most productive economy. They hold surpluses against almost every country and have leverage in the bargaining process. The United States has been asleep at the wheel for decades. It has lost all of its leverage and now must acquiesce to foreign demands. China has chips against everyone, including Europe. The United States has none. The second flaw comes from the first, and it is the impossibility of free competition. Because rules and regulations are impossible to enforce, any policies which would otherwise be deemed illegal, according to the signed agreements, become standard operating procedure. China, Japan, India, Russia, and the European Union, along with dozens of other countries around the world, have restrictions on import, value-added tax schemes, and other measures which impede free trade. Against this, the United States stands virtually alone. It cannot compete internationally because all the barriers are levied against it, and it cannot break down the barriers because the rules of international commerce are merely self-enforced. The United States cannot survive in a system which, by chance or design, seems rigged against it. Other countries have used the loopholes inherent to international commerce to take advantage, while the U.S. has stood idly doing nothing at all. On behalf of concerned citizens, I'm Craig Harrington. For more on this and other related topics, please tune in daily to economyincrisis.org.
Wake up, America! Open up your eyes! Wake up, America! Wake up!